Baby, I'm a gangster too, and it takes two to tango. You don't wanna mess with me, mess with me. Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Unspoken Truth with Braden and Cody. I hope you're well. We haven't seen talked to you guys in a hot minute. Took a little mental break, and then I wanted to dive into. We have a new show today, and it's basically reading my notes right here. It's about HIV prevention, and all that good knowledge that a lot of us don't know. I had another podcast that I had my guests on, and they did really great on it. And I invited them back to be on this show because we have a bigger audience and want to educate folks on everything. So I want to welcome Sean, the director of pharmacy at Southern Star Pharmacy, right? Yes?
Yes, Southern Star Pharmacy. Nice to meet you.
Yes. And then this is Tiffany. She's one of the co-owners of the Southern Star Pharmacy as well. How are you guys doing?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Did you have your coffee this morning?
Yes.
I have my bang.
Yes.
Your what now?
My bang.
Your bang.
I'm not a coffee person.
No,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bang. I remember back when I was... one of my old trainers way back in the day, we are adrenaline junkies. We would do half a bang with pre-workout. Man, we were just throwing those weights around.
Oh my God, I bet.
My heart now is like,
Not
don't fuck with it. Like, she's like, Braden, let's not. Like, we've done some crazy shit, and so. Anyway, but today we're diving into something that truly matters. It's going to be HIV prevention awareness and how we can talk about how we can all take charge of our health.
Yes.
So, how long have you owned Southern Star?
Sean would probably know that better than I do.
Y'all have had the pharmacies for about 8 years, 2017.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. And how long have you been with Southern Star?
I've been with Southern Star about 14 months now.
Okay. Very cool. And some of our viewers I know you because I know from their last podcast, but I also, you were at Oaklawn Pharmacy, right?
Yeah, I
Because
was
I remember
there
seeing
for
you
about
there
3 years.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of our viewers may actually know you from there. So very cool. Let's see here. I'm just reading my notes. So
No,
yeah.
go for it.
So let's see. What made you? We'll start off with you. So whenever you guys started to do the pharmacy, did you buy those? Did you just start it from the ground up? What brought on this whole starting a pharmacy?
So I mean, we're in the medical field, so we're a diverse group. Thank you. And we cover multiple aspects of the medical field.
Okay.
Surgeries, pharmacy. We have a performance medicine and sports therapy, PMFT clinic. So we're kind of across the board.
Okay.
So we wanted to start a pharmacy because we have doctors, we have primary care doctors that send our patients. So
yeah,
kind of a duh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we got into the pharmacy, and then down the road, we got into the PrEP and the HIV care and all of that. And that's a passion project for me because it's something that I've seen, in media across the world. And it's always something that's just kind of gotten to you,
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what walk of life you're from. You know that it affects somebody.
Yes.
It's almost like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Like somewhere, somehow, someone around you is affected or can be affected.
Right.
So why would you not want to learn about it and then go from there?
Exactly.
So we just kind of took off from there.
Okay.
And Sean's come in, and he's been a godsend. He came from Oaklawn Pharmacy. He's just a wizard with everything.
Yeah.
And he's been a huge part in this. And he's taken me under his wing because I'll admit I'm not near as educated as what I would like to be.
Right.
So he kind of took me under his wing and
Love that. You're learning a lot, right?
Oh,
We had a great time at Pride.
oh my God, Pride was
Yes.
it was my first one.
Oh, it was. I remember you saying that.
And he told it. So unfortunately, I did not get to go to this most recent Pride.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Kids.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn
And,
kids.
Yeah. F them kids, right? No, I'm just kidding. I love my
I'm
kids.
not the kid-friendly one either.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
There you
that's
go.
what he
There
said.
you
He was like, listen, you're good.
Yeah.
But the one in Dallas, it was my first one. I was so super excited. He can tell you, I was so nervous.
I saw you because we got to the end of it. Tyler and I did. So, yes.
Yes. So you got me a day 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So I came in, my cute little rainbows and ally gear, like rainbow bright in there.
Yes.
And then, got the feel of it. So kind of went a little darker the next day, but we had a blast, and I met so many different people, talked to so many different people, and it was so much fun.
I love that. Yes.
And
it's a whole experience.
It is. It's an amazing experience.
Yes. Very cool. I love that. And if I didn't know it was your first, that's wild. Like I figured, okay.
Oh, listen, if I could have been there, I would have.
Yeah.
For years.
We would have had you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first. So when Trey, my husband, came to me, he was like, "Hey, so we have this opportunity." I said, "Say less."
Yeah.
Say less. I'm there.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I love that.
So.
And here we are.
That's
awesome. And then, okay, so for you, my question's for you. Is it, I know with pharmacy, like she said, it's across the board. So is HIV prevention more your what's the word I'm looking for? More your main focus on it, with what's the word I'm looking for? Like, help me out.
Passionate.
Passion. Yeah. Yes.
HIV prevention, HIV care, LGBTQ health. They're definitely at the top of my list and things that I'm most passionate about in pharmacy and the healthcare space. Another area that I'm really interested in, cardiovascular health, heart disease, heart failure has impacted a significant amount of my family. So just being sure to stay on top of things in that area. That way I can answer my parents or my aunts and uncles' questions when they come, and boy, do they come.
Yeah, I got a question for you. Let me ask you. I love that. Okay, cool. So in your experience, what are some of the most common misconceptions about HIV?
Some of the most common misconceptions about HIV, I would say, are it only affects drug users and it only affects gay men, which is not the case. It affects people from all aspects of life, all walks of life. When it started in the 80s, when we first discovered the virus, started seeing what it was doing to people, these people were getting it from blood transfusions. They had nothing to do with using drugs, nothing to do with sexual encounters. We didn't know the virus existed. We didn't screen blood for it.
Yeah. And so now I'm assuming, yes, that when you donate blood, they screen for that.
Yeah, they screen for that and all sorts of stuff.
Okay. So if you have HIV, let's just say you're undetectable, can they still detect it whenever they're doing a blood screening?
Yes, because it's more in depth of a test than what you would have at the doctor's office, I believe. But there's also various degrees of inflammation that go on in the body when you have the virus. So that would probably be more of a marker than detecting a viral load.
Okay. So there's, yeah. I'm just, cool beans. I'm learning about this too. I still have more questions from the last time we talked about it. So what is like a typical, you would just go to your doctor just to get tested for it? Or is there anything that, you should look out for? Like if people who are scared to go and they're like, what, do they notice something? Like what's some of the common things?
If a person would just be entirely just jaw to the floor, horrified of going somewhere to get tested, asking their doctor for testing, you can still make it happen. You can still get tested. You can still protect yourself. All you got to do is download DoorDash or Uber Eats or something, order an OraQuick at-home test, and you can get the preliminary result at least then. Now, the downside with that is the OraQuick test can take up to 3 months to detect infection. And so if you take the test before then, you could potentially end up with a false negative.
Wow. Okay. Cool beans. Let's see. And so with your pharmacy career, what made you decide to get into pharmacy care and to become a pharmacist?
So when I finished my undergrad school at SMU, I was working in a few different healthcare avenues, a doctor's office, an eye doctor's office. Ended up in a pharmacy setting that happened to cater to LGBTQ health, HIV care, PrEP prevention. that stuff. And that's just where I kind of fell in love for caring for this community, being the center of healthcare for the community. As a pharmacist, we're the most accessible healthcare providers. You just walk right up to the counter and you're right there in our face asking us questions. You don't need to call ahead, make an appointment 3 weeks out, sit in a waiting room. You just walk right up and talk to us, and we're happy to help.
Okay.
So being able to be that center of the community healthcare within my own community,
Yeah.
is kind of what
I love that.
nudged me in that direction.
It's awesome. I was reading I think I probably read it on Google or I heard it somewhere when you were talking about how it started in the 80s and stuff, is a lot of people still think today, I think that they, from like drug users or gay men, but I read a report or I want to say I heard about it, that it's been common in the past couple of years in straight males. Have you heard? I think it was him that was telling me about this.
Well,
And I was like, this
yeah,
mind blown. Like, it's just, it doesn't target a specific anybody. It could just be
it's that whole stigma of, it's a drug user's disease or it's a gay man's disease is so outdated. It makes my skin boil.
Yeah.
Just because that's not it anymore. It's been around for so. Look at Africa.
Yeah.
Look at the people in Africa that are just, this disease is rampant.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing, it's there. It's not just here. So
in Africa, they're affected by HIV too, also, which is not as treatable.
right.
Because they don't have access to all the medicines and stuff that we have here. Okay.
Yeah. So to just say that it's a gay disease, a gay man's disease, or a drug user's disease is infuriating. It's, for lack of a better term, it's stupid and it's ignorant
Yes.
to say that, because it doesn't matter. And listen, we are at the time that there are no black and white sexual borders anymore. Right?
It's 2025.
Yeah.
It's
2025.
Listen, like I said earlier, we're not here to yuck anyone's yum, okay? So we don't know what goes on behind anyone's closed doors, and it's not our place to judge that either.
Right.
So we're here to help educate, to open that line of communication that this can affect anyone at any time.
Yes.
Do not, please, for the love of everything holy, be scared, embarrassed to ask. Ask a question. And that's one of the things that we're very passionate about at our pharmacy. There's not listen, there's enough people in our pharmacy, in our business family, in our families at home, that there's not a question that has not been asked. There's not a subject that is too taboo to talk about.
I love that, because it makes it feel more comfortable to be able to come and talk to you.
Absolutely. And that's something that we also strive to be as a pharmacy, is we treat our patients as family.
Formally.
There you go.
I like that. Okay.
There you
I
go.
like that.
So,
Get some shirts that say that.
you can call up, you can talk to Sean, you can talk to anybody that we have there and ask the question. We're not going to be like, oh, really? Like, that's not who we are. That's not what we're about. So to sit here and insinuate that this disease can only plague one certain group is pure idiocy. It's ignorant. So we just want to get this education out there on this medication, on this disease, to help anybody and everybody.
And when you say that, one thing that really gets me to it, it gets under my skin, is within our community, is when people say, are you clean or are you dirty? That just gets it makes me so mad when you say that, when you should really ask, are you undetectable? Are you dirty? That word, that just gets under. When people say that, it just, I'm like, do you realize what you're saying? There are certain words that you just don't say. You don't say it like that. It disgusts me when people say that. It educate
Honestly,
yourself.
Hearing clean or dirty makes me think of something else, to be honest. But
Listen, I was just about to say, it's like, listen, if you're going to ask me if I'm dirty, I'm going to ask you how dirty you want to get. Okay. So don't
Okay.
Don't come at me like that. Be more explicit.
Yes.
Am I detectable? Am I not detectable?
what's your
Am I?
status?
What's your
my-
status? What's your status? Yes.
What's my status?
And so, okay, so whenever you are, because we're going to go into the types of medication next. So, just for educational purposes, like, so in the, what was it, the late 80s or early 90s is when they started, you know?
80s, I believe.
80s? Okay. And was that like around, because I know at the 80s was a big AIDS epidemic too, and like people were raising money for AIDS. So, is that something that I've read that if it's untreated, it can turn into, is what I've read?
Yeah, so HIV does not kill people.
Okay.
HIV destroys your immune system, which results in AIDS, autoimmune deficiency syndrome. And that is what people die from, and the complications of having no immune system. So really, like infections that me, you, Tiffany would be able to fight off any day, just walking through whatever bug it is, people that have immune deficiency can actually be greatly impacted by that. It can really harm them. These bugs, even though we would be able to fend them off, a lot of our medications that we use frequently in patients that would be sick aren't effective against these things.
I got you. So what is HIV? Like, what is the term? What is the whole, what is, I know it's
HIV is human immunodeficiency virus. It is a virus that integrates into your genome, creates its own DNA, synthesizes it into your genome, and basically becomes a part of your DNA.
Okay. Wow. I'll do a screenshot. I'm gonna go to this next. I had a screenshot that I wanted to ask you about because I see these different stories, and there is there's been breakthroughs I've been reading this year that their testings have been successful on getting rid of it, and they had
Gene therapies.
Yes, and I'm just it's so cool to see how far we've come. I would expect us to be. I feel like there's a cure for a lot of this stuff that we just don't know about, but it's so cool to see that it's progressing and we're getting able to find these cures and how to make it better and stuff like that.
I'm sure there is. The issue is there's no money in curing something, and that's why Big Pharma's so evil.
Yeah.
You're cured, you're not going to come back for more.
She says no comment. So what types of treatment are there for HIV? I know that we had talked before, there's pills, and then there was doxypep, if I said it correctly, and then there was a shot too that we were talking about.
Yeah, so there's
today.
2 injectable treatments that are more, I'm not going to say commonly used because they're both relatively new. I'm just using the term commonly used because we have other drugs that we use as like salvage methods for people with multi-resistant strains of the virus because they've failed therapy. So ignoring those, we have 2 injectable options. We have Cabenuva, which is going to be dosed every other month after their loading first month. And then Sunlenca is every 6 months, twice a year. Sunlenca does have to be taken in combination with other meds, though.
Okay.
Cabenuva is a single drug regimen. Well, no, it's a single medication to take. It exists as 2 drugs, cabotegravir and rilpivirine.
Okay. And are these, I remember, are these specifically for, I know there was a medication that we talked about before that are geared for folks who were assigned male at birth or born male, or what?
So both Sunlenca and Cabenuva can be used in both patients born male or female at birth.
Okay.
What you're referring to is Descovy. When Gilead did their trials
Yes.
for Descovy as oral PrEP, they fully ignored patients born female.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So, and then moving to the orals, well, that's going to be Descovy, and there's another one, I
And
believe.
then Truvada, which is generic now.
Okay.
So Truvada being generic, nobody should ever have to pay more than $15 if they're having to pay anything at all for it.
Okay.
With the other medications being newer, brand name, yes, they do come with a pretty big price tag, but we have so many organizations, programs, nonprofits, the drug manufacturers provide huge rebates to patients to subtract from your copay or to cover that copay. So really finances should not be a barrier to access. And that was one of the other misconceptions I wanted to bring up earlier.
Yeah. The finance part, like the copays, insurance. And so, well, does insurance cover like the shots? Is it something new, or is that something that insurance covers?
So the shots, insurance should cover the shots. It might want prior authorization, some sort of rationale as to why they're going to pay for this more expensive option. Mm-hmm. It's not something we're able to handle as Southern Star because the drug manufacturers require specific criteria for you to be able to purchase the medicine.
Okay.
So we can do the oral HIV and PrEP treatments. We just can't do any of the injectable ones at this time.
Okay. Interesting. So how does Southern Star go or do whenever you have a patient who doesn't have insurance or isn't fully able to pay for the medication?
We are able to point them in the right direction to programs that are going to help fund their medication so that they're able to be treated and not have to feel like they've got to stretch their medication out every other day, because that's just going to cause more issues. That's going to cause the virus to potentially become resistant to their drugs.
Okay. And what do you think the future of HIV prevention looks like in Texas or in the United States?
Well, I mean, in the ideal world, our current U equals U, undetectable equals untransmittable. In the ideal world, it should hopefully play out soon and we'll be able to eradicate the virus.
Yeah.
If everyone that is living with HIV is on their medication, their viral load is undetectable, and they're not able to spread it, eventually it won't exist. We'd hope.
I got you. Crossing our fingers that, you know.
Toes too.
Yes. So what do you, this one is for both of you guys. So what do you feel are some of the biggest barriers you've seen when people face trying to access medications?
Insurance restrictions, wanting to only, with how vertically integrated health insurance and health insurance companies are. CVS, everyone knows, is a pharmacy. When you work in pharmacy, CVS is also Caremark. It's also Aetna. So many other branches of it. They own the insurance and they force their patients to use the pharmacies that they own, which in the actual real healthcare world setting, a physician can't own a pharmacy and say, no, you have to use my pharmacy. But for whatever reason, these insurance companies can say, no, that drug costs a lot and it's going to pay a lot. You have to use my pharmacy that I own.
Wow.
Just like they can tell the pharmacy, I know you paid $1,000 for that, but I'm going to give you $500 and we'll call it a day.
I didn't know
There's
that.
no regulation
yeah.
on these PBMs. It's horrible.
Wow.
It's the Wild West for them.
And PBM, what is PBM?
Pharmacy benefit manager.
Okay. And that's just the insurance companies or?
Yeah, so your health insurance, say you have Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay.
Your PBM is either going to be Express Scripts or Prime Therapeutics, depending on which specific plans you have. Cigna would be Express Scripts.
See, and you say these words, and I remember like seeing a medical card like mine has Prime. So okay, it's not you see these things that you know never make sense to you.
together.
Yeah, and it's like wow, it's piecing itself together. That's this is oh wow, it's like picking my brain. It's great, I love it. So let's see, what's one recent advancement in HIV prevention that excites you the most?
So the every 6-month medication I mentioned earlier, Sunlenca, the generic name for it is lenacapavir. Gilead also has it co-marketed as Yeztugo for PrEP. So every 6-month PrEP. So you don't have to worry about coming in 6 times a year for your appointment or going to the pharmacy every month to pick up a prescription. You go in for your biannual visit with the doctor, you get your shot, you're good to go. It's how it would be in the ideal world.
Okay.
The barriers to access that medication are incredible. No insurance plan is wanting to cover it right now. It's about $21,000 a shot.
Oh my god, that's wild. I remember, and it's totally not an HIV prevention, but when Vyvanse came out, like my insurance would not cover it. And I was like, my doctor's like, you have to have this. And I'm like, why can't you just, and I was a kid that was a Ritalin kid. So, yeah. And so they were like, you have to have this. And I remember paying, I think it was like for 10 or 15 pills, it was like over $800. And like, this is, and only did it once. Only did it once. And then the Vyvanse wasn't for me, but.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy how they corner the market on these things.
Yeah.
And it's not for the betterment of society or your patients.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we are at Southern Star are very open about, passionate about, is our number one concern is patient care. That's what our business thrives off of.
Patient care, patient outcomes. Can we optimize those outcomes to be a better result than planned?
Yes, we are not just a lick 'em and stick 'em pharmacy. Just okay, take a number. Here's your medicine. You know, oh, have you used this before? Do you have any questions? Okay, great, thanks. Next. That's not us.
Yeah.
We don't want to be one of those pharmacies.
Right.
We, like I said, we treat our patients like family. I don't care how many questions you have, how long it takes to answer. We want to make sure you understand what this medication is that you're taking, what it does, and everything past that.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're comfortable with that. That's our passion.
I love that.
It's patient care. That's why we got into this. It's to take care of our patients. And over the years, the medical field, decades probably, the medical field has lost the sight of doctors being doctors, so on and so forth, for the betterment of their patients to, this is a great field because I can make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not what we're about. So we're very proud that we take our patients' care so seriously.
I love that. And it's just because I think you said, I think some of the, we've gotten so big pharma that they're, and I've known that I'm not a victim, but I'm one of the people that you do use the big pharma too, just because it's convenient. But you do get those people, like sometimes they just don't care and they're just, here's this and here's that. And then there's been people before at the big pharma, the pharmacies like CVS, Walgreens, when they just really, they don't feel like they've educated so much, and now it's just a scan of a card, code, you go.
Yes.
But do you really understand what this medication? Don't do this while you're taking this medication.
Yes.
Kind
A
of
few years ago when I had COVID, they gave me Paxlovid. I go to pick up my prescription at a CVS. And most people aren't going to know this, but me being a pharmacist, Paxlovid interacts with almost every single drug. A lot of the drugs I was taking on a normal basis, they basically handed me the medicine like with a grabber through the window and sent me on my way. I was like, wow, maybe I should take a whole tablet of this, pass out, and sue them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we're at Southern Star, the HIV PrEP. This is our expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not just the HIV meds, not just the PrEP, but this is a passion of ours.
Caring.
Hmm?
Caring is our passion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can come into our pharmacy, you can go into a Walgreens, you can go into a CVS, and you can ask questions. What you're going to get, yeah, okay,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the answer is,
It's a generic response.
just a generic response. Here, you're going to get the explanation. You're going to get the education. I can't put this out there enough.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make a change in anything or change anything if you're not educated on it, no matter what the subject material is. Don't form an opinion or a thought process or anything unless you are fully educated on it.
Mm-hmm.
If you are nervous, scared, embarrassed to ask these questions, please don't be. For the love of, don't. This is your life.
Yeah.
This
Chances
is your
are
health.
we've asked the same question you're about to ask at some point.
Absolutely. It's again, we haven't heard a question that hasn't been asked before. And if we have, please ask us so we know how to answer it in the future.
Yeah.
This is not something to play with.
Right.
This is not, and we are a safe space, judgment-free zone
Mm-hmm.
across the board. And if you think that you're going to come into our pharmacy and be judged, that's not us. Because we're here for your health,
Mm-hmm.
for your whatever it is. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I love that. It just, like you said, it's caring, and it just shows you that there are people that are just not so robotic, that it's just,
Yes.
we want to make sure that you're good. Did this work? Did this not work?
And we don't want you to walk out of our pharmacy feeling like you have any unanswered questions.
Okay.
We want you to walk out or get off the phone call or whatever avenue it is, knowing, okay, now I know what I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
I know where to go. I know what my next step needs to be.
Yeah.
Being
I know.
confident.
Yeah,
that
being
You're in
confident.
good care. You know exactly what you need to do to reach that goal.
Precisely.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
So we talked about the injectables earlier, and I know there's the two pills forms. So what is one's PrEP and one's PEP, right?
So
Or what are the what are they?
So
what are
they're
the
completely
differences?
different
Okay.
entities. One is DoxyPep prevents bacterial infection, so it's post-exposure. If you by chance had a condomless encounter, within 72 hours, you take your 2 100 milligram tablets or capsules of doxycycline within those 72 hours, and you should be protected against syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, those STIs. Now, PEP in the HIV space is similar to PrEP, similar to doxypep, but more similar to doxypep in that it's also for after a possible exposure.
Okay.
The difference between PrEP and PEP is they both require an HIV test before they're going to start, either of them. But to be a PrEP candidate, you have to obviously be HIV negative.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's not preventing
Right.
the infection. But for PEP, post-exposure, we use two of the same drugs. We use the drugs that are used for PrEP, but in addition, we add another one, what we call an integrase inhibitor. And that's just to kind of ramp up the body's response to fight off that virus within the 72 hours that you may have contracted it.
Okay. Wow. I'm learning a whole lot more, even from the
And
last
until this year, PEP had to be at minimum a 2-tablet regimen.
Mm-hmm.
But as of 2025, the drug Biktarvy that had only been used in treatment was approved for PEP. So now we have a single tablet regimen for patients to take for their 30 days, retest. Hopefully they did not convert.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Writing down my notes here because I'm like, I'm learning so much more. I feel like even with the last time that we did this, I'm still learning more. And, it just the advancements in medication too, and just more. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, we're going to take you don't have to pause it. We're going to take a 5-minute break because I'm going to check for that screenshot and then I want to see what you want to talk about personally. So let me get that screenshot real quick. Let's see. Are you good? You doing good?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Okay. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's bugging me?
Let's see.
I just left mine in my purse. So you can wait.
What was
Calling my kid, calling me from every class.
Beverly.
Let's see.
Can you bring me a lunch? Nope.
CRISPR? CRISPR?
Yeah, it's a DNA editing, gene sequencing
Yeah.
technology. You probably heard about it in like GMO, genetically modified foods,
Okay.
is where we first started to see CRISPR being used.
Okay. That's what I was reading. That's what they're using. And
Now, getting super specific about it is not going to be my area. I'll go ahead and say that up front.
All right. So are there any things that you specifically want to touch on?
Not necessarily. I'm just happy to be here.
You? No?
Just
All right. Y'all making this super easy for me. Usually I have somebody to bounce off of, but yeah. Okay. Let me make sure I got all. It's crazy because the questions that I have, you did your homework because you answered everything without me asking. So. All right. Let me see. There's a couple. Do this one. And all right, cool. Then I got just a couple more questions and then we'll be ready to go. Oh, conversation. There we go. All right, we're back. So we were talking about, I was letting Sean know that what I saw online was this new HIV prevention, or they're working on it. Not a prevention, but it's a potential, but
It's
not
a potential cure is what
cure
they're saying, yeah.
called CRISPR. So we were just talking a little bit about it. Don't know too much about it, but it's like what'd you say?
It's a gene editing type of bioengineered.
Interesting. That's
Science.
the whole science was not my major.
Yeah. People have probably heard about CRISPR in the terms of like genetically modified GMO foods.
Okay.
Is where we've primarily seen it used and where it initially was used publicly.
Okay.
But they've started to use it as we've gotten further advanced in gene therapy and being able to manage diseases that would require such precise treatment.
Okay.
We're starting to hear about it more and more in medicine.
Nice. It's just everything's coming so far, and just like I said, I feel like there's a I feel like there's a cure for cancer, but there's so much money in medicine. Like I know there's got to be a cure for a lot of stuff.
We don't have enough time for that conversation right now.
So in wrapping this up, how can our listeners take control of their sexual health today? What would be the first step? Just getting tested regularly.
Regular testing is widely available. Like I was saying earlier, you can even have it delivered to your house discreetly. If you're out and about on the weekends or on the weekdays, if you're near bars or clubs or anything, very commonly you'll have vans from the AIDS Health Foundation or similar organizations offering free testing services. Or at your normal doctor's visit, you can ask about it When you're at your doctor's office, it's a judgment-free zone. They're not going to think twice about it. They'll probably be proud of you for wanting to take that step up and stepping up to manage your own health.
Okay, very cool. And then how do you feel like as an ally, like how can allies and friends help reduce the stigma of HIV?
Quit being so judgmental.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that easy.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody goes through this. It doesn't matter with any disease that we come across.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, everybody is going to experience some aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Quit being judgmental.
Yeah.
Teach yourself about it.
Educate yourself. Yeah.
Take the initiative to educate yourself about it instead of listening to everyone around and the hypocrisy of it all. Educate yourself on it. See how it affects people. And then quit being judgmental.
Words we can all live by.
Right. I mean, it's really that easy. One thing, like, I'm the last person to judge anybody on anything. It's not my job.
Yeah.
So, but if I can help, or if I can if I'm in a position that somebody says something, I'm going to be like, hold up. That's not
correct
right.
you real quick.
I'm going to correct you real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to be a lady about it, but I'm also Southern, so it may not be.
I love that.
You know, that's a huge pet peeve of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So really the initial thing to do to get this stigma to go away is talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Quit being judgmental. Like I tell my kids, hey, if I tell my oldest, you don't know shit, don't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your mouth closed and your ears open, and you might learn some shit.
Absolutely.
And that's what it is. If you don't know what you're talking about, shut up and listen to the people who are educated on it, and you might actually learn something.
Right.
I also feel like allies could serve an especially important role in instances where they are around someone who's not quite yet open about their sexuality.
Yes.
They have not openly discussed it, or they haven't even been able to openly discuss anything about it. But I mean, I'm not going to lie. Growing up, I had friends that knew I was gay. Was I out? No. But people that know stuff like that, there's a special opportunity there. If you're sitting watching TV and you see a commercial about PrEP, you know, your friend who is not comfortable with their sexuality enough to bring it up would probably not respond to the question of, hey, are you on PrEP since you live that lifestyle? But, oh, have you heard about this? Mm-hmm. That's really cool that they're able to do that for people these days, just to open up the conversation, reduce the stigma, open the world up.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because they might be more comfortable discussing that with an ally versus someone who's a member of the community for fear of being seen with a member of the community, sadly.
Wow. Well, thank you guys for being on the show today. So, quick recap. Just make sure to get your, remember, I can't even speak. Remember that you just get checked, tested regularly. And then Southern Star Pharmacy, if you have any questions, you can reach out to them. Where you guys have 3 locations? 2? 3?
2.
Okay, where are you guys located?
Plano and Mesquite.
Plano and Mesquite. And then tell our listeners and our viewers what your website is. SouthernStarRx.com, not Southern Star Pharmacy, RX.com.
Yes.
And then make sure to check out their website. I'll put a link on our website as well. And then if you have any questions, you can reach out to them. I know that Sean will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you for joining us. We love you, appreciate you, and thank you again to my guests. I'm so glad to have had you guys back again, especially on this show. This one is a bigger audience and bigger production than the other one, than a small room. So thank you guys for watching. I love you, and we'll catch you next time. That's it.
Yay.
Yay.